Hey guys, what's up? Silicon Pez here with another analysis. Alright, in this replay, I'm going to show you a gateway expand, but with a scout, okay? 3hatch before pull is becoming like increasingly popular on ladder and in tournaments and all that jazz. And I was on Baby Knight's stream the other day, and Baby Knight was telling me in chat like, oh yeah, 5 gate on 1 base is actually pretty good against 3hatch before pull. Okay, sorry. I'm just gonna pause it here. I think I scouted after my second pylon with this probe. So you want to scout after your 16 or 17 pylon, whatever. I think it was 17 this game because I took double gas. But you definitely want to scout after that second pylon if you want to do this build. 5 gate on 1 base. And you just check out if he has a third or not. Bam, I see his third. Okay. He does not know that I've seen his third right now. He does not have vision of that probe, so like there's nothing he can do. He doesn't know anything basically, he's blind. Not that there is anything he can do in my opinion. If we don't see this base here, we're gonna just go into his natural with this scout. If there's no hatch down at 3 minutes, that means he's gonna do some speedling all in. So from here, you would put a pylon at your ramp, wall it off, chrono a zealot out, whatever, just hold any speedling all-ins. But since he's not doing that, he's going 3hatch before pull. Well, we're actually going to do sort of a similar thing. 3hatch before pull, so we're going to let this zealot finish, chuck a pylon up here, start chrono boosting warp gate, getting a sentry, okay? The reason we're doing 5 gateways instead of 4, you might be like, lol, what are you, like silver or something? You can only support 4 gates off 1 base. No, because we're making zealots and sentries only. We're not making any stalkers, which costs a lot more. That's why you need 5 gates with this build. Okay. So we've got our probe out on the map to proxy a pylon. There it is. You want to put a zealot on hold position in the wall. I know it's safe to move out with these sentries. I know he can't have speed yet. He opened so mineral intensive that his gas must have been delayed. And his pull, so he wouldn't be able to research speed at all. Okay, so if we look here, this Zerg player is making Zerglings off of only 23 drones. That's very low econ, despite the fact that he has this third base for extra lava. He's doing this because he knows I'm not expanding, I'm one basing. And I think he's confirmed it with that Ling. Okay, so our first warp in is going to be sentries, using up all that gas, saving up that force field energy, getting some forward pylons up. Yep, our next warp in is going to be zealots. We're going to try to keep our gas as low as possible. I'm going to discuss a bit why this unit composition is better than a typical 4 gate against this particular thing. Okay, generally a typical 4 gate has stalkers, so it's better against roaches. But if you're going 3hatch before pull, you're not going to have roaches out. Your gas is going to be too late, you can't get roaches out. You need to rely on having a very small drone count, 23, and just linging the hell up, just making a lot of lings and queens with all the minerals you can master, trying to get that speed out. Okay, so he's really committing to his defense here, so this is a good read by him. But you can see it's going to be pretty one-sided. Oh yeah, so I forgot to mention, okay, sentries and zealots in conjunction with each other are actually much better against lings than pure zealots. The reason is, the lings are going to come in here, and there's going to be, say there's like 3 zealots here, alright? The lings are going to be engaging onto the zealots, and then the sentries are going to force field all around them, so the lings can only engage the zealots. This means that his lings are only attacking zealots, whereas my sentries and zealots are all attacking his lings. That's why zealot sentry typically works out a lot better than pure zealot against lings. So as you can see, we're just going to try to micro the sentries back a bit. This push does come down a lot to micro. That wasn't the best micro on my part. I probably should have waited a bit longer for an extra warp in. I think that would have been the best read for me to do. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so the Lings are going to be attacking my Zealots. Well, he pulls back. That's a good pullback. That wasn't a good engage for him. But see, keeping my Zealots at the front. Okay. Look at this. I don't even have to force field. A Guardian Shield for the Queens. His Lings have no surface area on my army, but my whole army is attacking. Trapping the Queens in. I mean, from here on, he's pretty much dead. He's gonna try to be cute and like kill my pylons with Lings. And all that jazz, like. I think he even tries to go for a counter-attack in my main, but that's all sealed off, so can't be done. At this point, I just want to split my army in half and be like, okay, I'm protecting the pylons, and I'm also attacking you. He's on 19 drones. Like, my economy is just as good as his. Despite the fact that he's on 3 bases, I'm actually mining more than him at the moment. Oh, and another thing to note is, you do go up to about, 22 probes with this build. You want full saturation of all your minerals and your gas. Sentries are really important. They're actually really good units. Yeah, but you can see, got a sentry here. He's not going to get anything done. Yeah, I'm being pretty safe about that. Probably didn't need to do that, but yeah, this is game over. Look at the supply, man. 62 supply off one base. This push has been going for a long time, but yeah. Another thing to note is I've been using this build, just testing it a bit here and there, and I actually beat someone who just opened like 15 hatch into speed. He didn't even go 3 hatch before pull using this build. Now, I don't recommend this build against 15 hatch. I only recommend it against 3 hatch before pull, and I don't recommend it against anything else basically. The thing is, it is strong enough to work against those builds. It is a really strong way to play. I believe some players on EU lose to Elfie a lot who does this, like just straight up, even with like 14 pull or early speed builds, anything. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a great way to combat the 3 hatch before pull. We see Naniwa Proxygate a lot, but I've seen Naniwa Probe Scout a 3rd hatch before and just go into his own expansion and play a bit greedier. But the thing is, you're going to come out so behind against 3 hatch before pull, so I really think this is a better way to combat 3 hatch before pull. I can't see any Zergs holding this. I think this Zerg did a pretty good job, but ultimately it's just a build order loss, if you can call it that. So I want to encourage you guys to start probe scouting with your gate expand. I think you should probe scout after your 2nd pylon, not your gateway, not your cybercore. That's too late, I think. But just scout after your 2nd pylon. I think that's the perfect scout time. And just reactively do this build, test it out a bit, see if it works for you. And yeah, any comments would be greatly appreciated, guys. Comment in the YouTube comments, comment on All Things Protoss. I'm going to post this video there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.